Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another SandStorm meetup. Today, I am joined by Patek and Koza, the homie G's. How are y'all doing?
I'm good. How are
We're
you?
doing
I'm
well,
doing
doing well.
doing great. It's great. Friday. Almost forgot what day it was, but it is Friday. Um, and yeah, I really do appreciate you guys coming on the show today. Thank you very much, and I'm excited to talk about the homie G's.
Yeah, appreciate you having us.
So usually I like to start out with a little introduction, so people watching that may not know you guys, get to know you guys a little bit better. How did you get started? How did you guys meet? What got you guys into NFTs or crypto? Just a little bit of a background.
Um, so uh, I started off in NFTs. I would say about a year and a half ago. Been in crypto, since early 2015. But it's always, just blockchain technology has always been fascinating to me, especially with the evolution of Ethereum and what that's enabled us to really build here. So it was a kind of a no-brainer, when it came down to building Ethereum homies. I think the name, it really speaks volumes. It says a lot. But the project in general, I would say, I'm more of a community manager role. Our founder is, Evian John, which is, the creator of the homies and, the artwork that represents us. Everything being 3D metaverse ready, and rigged to kind of take that next step has always been something really important to us. But the homies community is just shy of a year old now. We have some history here on the blockchain, and our development team is phenomenal. What they've been able to achieve in the past year.
Nice, nice. That is impressive to be around for a year in this space. Um, I do have to ask real quick before we get to Patek. Do you guys go by the Ethereum homies or the homie G's?
So Ethereum homies were the original one of ones that kind of inspired the homie G's.
Yeah.
The G in the homie G's is just kind of marking our generative drop. So the 10,000 generative homies that we launched for public sale early December. That was uh, the second phase, I would say, in the project. But before that, Evian had created a handful of one-on-one or one-of-one, works, and those kind of just laid the groundwork for what we've built so far.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And Patek, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks. I've been in NFT space for about a year. I guess back in June I started. We were trading back in crypto, then we crashed. We lost our money. And I was always a Minecraft geek. I was always designing voxels when I was a kid. I just grew up with them. So then my fiance told me about NFTs, and I was like, okay, let's do some voxels. I just sold Meebit, and then we started our own collection. Then we met Evian, our founder. He was running with the vision of making homies uh, compatible with all metaverse platforms, which we were very interested in because not all projects does this. They all just go up and sell out, then try to do other things. We were just I was very hyped about that he has the vision just before it started, so we just wanted to get it all going. That's how we met, actually.
Nice, nice. And how many people are on the team?
uh,
So we have around 6 core members, but all in all, our team consists of around 10 people whose efforts really go into making this work.
Nice, nice. And who specifically, like, is there one person that did the art? There's the Evian. Did he do the art, or was he have an artist?
No, Evian's been a creative for a long time. The art was 100% him, and it's just been kind of, inspired by his creative experiences up to this point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
No, yeah, they look great. I mean, you're seeing on screen right here the little moonwalk going on, and the different homies walking around. These things they do look good, and I think I read on the website that it's like originated. Is just Evian based out of LA, or is anyone else part of the team from LA?
We have a couple members in the LA area, you know, and even expanding that, we have a couple, you know, just in California in general. So, you know, communication and whatnot's never really an issue between our team, which is one of the reasons I'd say, you know, we've been able to do what we've done so far. Is
Mhm.
you know, we're able to work really well together in that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Turkey, so
Oh, well, that's the great thing about this space is, you know, even over here on the Sandstorm, we're all over. We just got back from South by Southwest, and like I can't tell you how many people came up to our booth and they're like, "Where are you guys based out of?" And we're like, "Dude, we got people, different countries, different states, like all over the place." So it's definitely the great thing about Web3. Um, okay, so thank you guys for giving a little bit of a background on yourselves. You know, for the people out there watching the stream that might not know about the Ethereum homies, like I guess give a brief introduction on what is an Ethereum homie.
So, Ethereum homies are a collection of NFTs that you know are we have you know really deep roots in music, fashion, entertainment. You know, so it's a relatable you know avatar that's you know collectible. There's currently 10,000 homie G's you know to be minted. We're you know just shy of 73% of the way there. You know, which is super exciting. But you know, I think you know the focus at large, you know, for Ethereum homies has always been making sure that we were you know able to build as the space evolves. You know, so to this point, you know, we've been a community that has really put an emphasis on making sure that we under promise and over deliver. And we've kind of you know perpetuated that concept not just you know throughout our team and our moderators, but you know into our community as well. Um,
Mhm.
we kind of live by this. You know, we live by the phrase "homies help homies." You know, and it really reigns true within our community. I think it really separates us, you know, from a lot of other projects in the space.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like that. I like the under promise and over deliver because yeah, a lot of projects they have so many promises. Like, you know, they start telling you, like, yeah, you know, everyone's going to get courtside seats to the Lakers game. And then you're like, dude, where are my courtside seats? I've been here for 2 years. I haven't, like, LeBron retired. This is all over. And, you know, I like the idea of the under promise, over deliver. Um, so you guys did have you had a pre sale. So that was for the original Ethereum homies, the original 1000, right? And then currently, right now, like you said, you're doing a public sale for the homie G's that's about 73% minted out. What are the main differences, I would say, between the Ethereum homies and the homie G's?
Well, the Ethereum homies were all like one of one handmade. You know, there was no generative aspect to it. They were all just hand created by Evian, and they were really just a compilation of his experiences. You know, he has a lot of experience in the music industry,
Mhm.
and you know, he's toured worldwide and just you know got a sense of all these cultures and backgrounds. You know, that are you know that were subsequently you know represented within the original Ethereum homies. But the homie G's, you know, they of course, you know, the art and the traits were still made by Evian, but you know, those were all kind of thrown into what we call the homie printer, you know, and it's been spitting out some fire so far, you know, as far as generative art goes.
Yeah.
You know, just having like a 3D rigged and ready model that is able to be generative was kind of innovating, you know, just within itself.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they do. Like I said, they look great. I mean, you guys see them plastered up in the Sandstorm social hub here. And that moves on to my next question. You know, you guys talk about in your roadmap acquiring Sandbox land. Have you guys already acquired land, or are you still planning on doing that?
Yeah, that was a 50% roadmap point. You know, we wasted no time. You know, it seems that you know so far, you know, every roadmap point that we hit, we've been able to deliver almost instantaneously. There's never really a delay or anything. In most cases, truthfully, we have those things secured ahead of time for when we hit that point. You know, where we can make the announcement that we have it.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know, we've acquired Sandbox land as well as you know NFT world. We have a plot in NFT world that we're also developing on the voxel side, and then most recently Leap Inverse. Because we are Unreal Engine ready, and that's also an area that we're really passionate about building in.
Nice, nice. And so, with the Sandbox land, how big is the plot, and what are your guys' plans to do within the sandbox?
So we currently have two parcels that are neighboring each other. So it kind of opens up, um, you know, uh, it opens up the possibilities of what we're actually going to be able to build there. Um, and I think Patek is probably the best one to give any insight on what that's being built. That's been her specialty since day one. So I'll let you take that away, Patek.
Yeah, but I should ask you first. Should I reveal everything or just the outline?
I mean, whatever we've revealed so far, and then we can throw a couple sneak peeks in here for the for those who are joining us.
Okay. So we are building a shopping mall, which is going to be named as Wag Mall, I believe. I voted for that name, but still we have a discussion about that. We will have a headquarters, and also what doesn't all the projects have, we will have a maze underground. And if you can get past through that maze, you can just go to a secret room where some events gonna take place. It'll be like a quest, actually, like an in-game thingy.
Mhm.
And we don't want to just have the land. Okay, so let's just say I designed the land and we published it, but we won't gonna just have it that way for like 6 months. We will just change it. We will have more events. We will maybe add something like um, another building, another like a pub, disco, or something, or in-game events. Like we want it to be interactive, so we don't want people to just go in and then say, "Okay, I just had fun," and that's it. No,
Mhm.
we want it to be like uh, everyday new interactions, everyday new adventures. Sorry for my English. When I get
No,
excited,
you're
I
fine.
just go weird.
And so, are you helping build some of the stuff within the sandbox? Because I know you said you like Minecraft.
You mean as a sandbox designer?
Yeah, like, are you like doing any of the? I don't know anything about building in sandbox. I'll be honest. We have builders that do all that stuff. I have no idea about it.
Actually, I was in the boot camp and I can be a sandbox designer now, but I have to submit my assignment first. But I haven't done it because when you put the name assignment to it, I get lazy. So I don't do that. So if I do it, I will become one, and then I will be able to do it. But it actually, homies take my full time, and I don't want to just do more things because I want my whole focus here because I love this community, not just because of the team or because of anything else. I want to give everything I can give right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want any other projects.
Okay. Nice. And so yeah, I mean, that'll be cool to see. And I don't know if you said, like, has anything on the sand? Have you guys done anything on your sandbox land yet, or is it still just like in the planning stage? You haven't like gotten any builders yet.
Actually, the shopping mall is like 90% finished. I will just add a little environmental assets like trees or pools like that. And
Okay.
then I have started doing the underground, but now on we are actually putting our voxel files on the website. So if you have the Homogeneous NFT, you can just go to the website and see the voxel version of it, just up to 2000 right now, but we will just complete the whole collection there.
Mhm.
So we are working on the animations first. So I will keep doing the land part in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah, after that I will share some dope videos.
Nice, nice. And so will the voxel of your homie G, will it be like a one-to-one, trade, essentially, like you cash in, not cash in, but you get the same voxel for the homie that you have.
Yeah, so we will use a sandbox bridge. So if you, let's just say you have Homie G's 585, you will get the equivalent voxel version. And if you sell that voxel version, you won't have the sorry, if you sell the original version, you won't have the voxel version too. So it's connected to the original NFT.
Oh, okay. So it won't be two separate
Yeah,
collections.
because if we do it, we were considering about doing it like an airdrop, but if we do it that way, so let's just say I sold it, but I will keep the voxel version, and it's not fair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think the project we talked to yesterday, they said that they were doing like a completely different mint, and so you could get like you could have the not the worst, but the least rare of their 2D avatar, but then you could get like a one of one super like rare voxel. So it was interesting they did that because I was like, I wonder like if I held the one of one of the 2D, I'd want the one of one of the voxel. I don't know if I'd be too happy if someone minted my voxel. It was just interesting they did it that way. You guys also mentioned in your roadmap that you guys did, airdrops and NFT giveaways. I guess what different airdrops and stuff did you guys do?
Yeah, so I mean, there's always been, an element of, bonuses and stuff that's kind of come along with the collection. With the one of ones, Evian gave out, these homie avatar tokens. And those, carrying utility down the line, gave us really good ideas for, eventually when we would, build out the homie G's and, what we'd be able to bring to 10,000 people rather than 300 people.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest ways that we've given back to the community so far, outside of the things on our roadmap, like our, like 5 ETH giveaway, we've also gone off and secured 2 mutant ape yacht clubs, at the beginning of our public mint, which have, of course, appreciated very well, from around 6 ETH when we bought them to, I believe, 24 ETH when I checked yesterday.
Yeah. And you just got some ape coin as well.
Yep. And so those are actually going to be given away, once we sell out. There'll be a snapshot at 75%, which we're right around the corner from, and another at 100%, and then as soon as we hit that 100%, they'll be distributed based on the contract data that was taken at those 2 points. So in essence, every homie that you hold is automatic entry into winning an ape. But more so, what you do with it while it is in your possession is, going to be the determining factor of how many entries you get or how many tickets you get into this raffle. For instance, if during the snapshot your homie is unlisted or listed above, 0.25, there's additional entries to be had in that aspect. So, just making sure that we're able to kind of take that. Those early concepts that we kind of grew within the homies and, bring those to the community that we have now. There's definitely been some really lucky winners, some really cool projects that we've given away.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That would feel great to just get gifted a mutant ape. You just wake up one day, you're like, well, all right, got a mutant ape now.
Yeah, it's going to be a reality for somebody.
Nice. I did want to say, stream, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Also, make sure you guys are following the Ethereum homies on Twitter, join their Discord, get in their community. And also check out the sandstorm.co website. Check out, if you want to look at our marketplace, that's on the Polygon network for anything that you're looking for the Sandbox. Make sure you guys do check that out. And the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is IRL meetups. Have you guys done any IRL meetups yet?
Not yet, but it's been a conversation since day one. We always talk about when HomieCon, and we have started to talk to venues and try to plan dates. There is still a lot of travel restrictions in certain parts of the world.
Yeah.
And seeing that we do really have a worldwide community. People every continent except for Antarctica. We're just trying to make sure that when we do our first HomieCon that it's something that a lot of people are going to be able to attend, but more so that we're going to be able to be set up from the metaverse side to make sure that if they can't be there, then they can still be there, in a different aspect or in a different capacity.
Yeah. No, honestly, I think in my opinion, the best way to do it is like I said, we just got back from South by. There was a couple of NFT projects there that held events at South by Southwest. So, you know, it was good for the people that held those NFTs, but it was also good for people that might not have known about the project or about NFTs at all. Like I think Doodles had like a huge warehouse that was just on the side of the street, and like the amount of people that probably drove by that was like, dude, what in the world is this rainbow tunnel leading to? You know, I think things like that. So, you know, if you're ever looking to do an event, I would suggest something like, you know, NFT NYC, or, you know, like a South by, or even just some type of convention, you know, throw like a really dope party where they're like, dude, the homies know how to get down. Like that was a crazy party they threw, and I need to go get me a homie. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think a large part of our vision has always been making sure that, you know, the events, concerts, you know, just the homie meetups and things that we're planning for you know, the metaverse. We want, you know, to have this real world experience backing it as well. You know, we don't just want your homie to be valuable on the blockchain, but, you know, we want some of these you know, utilities that we put behind it to be fungible. You know, even if they started as non-fungible.
Yeah.
You know, things that you can actually go out and experience. So when it comes to things like, you know, NFT LA, NFT NYC, you know, Miami Art Basel, NFT Miami, like however it ends up going, you know, yeah, like we'll definitely be planning on things like that. But you know, as far as like just straight up like homies sanctioned meetups where, you know, it's really just known about by homies, I think like those are the exclusive experiences that we're also looking to build, you know, as time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was going to ask you guys, what we're looking at right now is, you know, augmented reality. You guys are talking about integrating into Snapchat and Instagram. Is that already on there? Is it something that's in the works?
Yeah, so we have a Snapchat filter as well as an Instagram filter. Those are already accessible within our Discord. Um, and we were actually planning on, you know, cooking up another couple contests kind of based around, you know, our developments in AR and VR. We have a couple really talented individuals from Burst Digital, you know, Meta Mike and Cam, who have been working with the team for a while now, and they've really made a lot of progress when it comes to, you know, bringing the homies into, you know, or bringing the AR and VR element to the homies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one was just me having fun because we have those filters in Unity versions, like the 3D smooth versions. The
Mm-hmm.
voxels ones, I was just like creating them and then going out. This one was Evian's voxel version, and I was just like dancing it around in the park or something like that. I just make fun with it. This not on.
And yeah, I don't know. I guess I know Instagram is wanting to, you know, integrate NFTs and stuff like that. So I don't know the capabilities right now, but, you know, do you guys ever plan on allowing everyone to have their own, uh, you know, homie G AR like on Snapchat, or like right now, is it just like limited to what they allow you?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a little bit limited in that aspect, but you know, as the space develops and you know, the more social platforms actually kind of jump on this, you know, very similar to the way that Twitter has, you know, even when it comes down to you know, a centralized platform being able to utilize Web3 to verify things.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Discord has plans for this year. I know that Instagram and, you know, TikTok also have plans for this year, and I think, you know, realistically they're just, you know, following the footsteps, you know, that Twitter has kind of laid out already.
Yeah.
But with Twitter, of course, being one of the largest hubs for, you know, NFT information and action, then you know, I could definitely see how, you know, why it's played out the way it has.
Yeah. Yeah. And Twitter, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, I've used Twitter for a long time, and comparative to like Instagram and TikTok, Twitter is so small. So I think once you see like Facebook integrate that onto Instagram, and you're seeing people having AR filters that are NFTs or whatever they plan on doing with NFTs on Instagram, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of other companies need to catch up and want to try to do what they're doing. So that'll be really cool. Um, Next, I want to talk about the Drip Store. It says coming soon on the website. What is the Drip Store?
So the Drip Store is, you know, one of our focuses, of course, with the project is, fashion. It's one of the things that really makes the homies stand out, but we don't want that fashion to exclusively exist just within our NFTs. We want to be able to bring other digital wearables in addition to, merch in the real world, so we thought it'd be a really cool concept, where you can kind of match your homie. So we're trying to make, certain traits that, we've seen in the collection, um, fungible here in the real world, to where, we're also able to, deliver a digital wearable that would complement it or bring extra levels of customization to our metaverse avatars. Evian's always encouraged homie holders to look at your homie as like a base model. So like that level of customization kind of coming in the future when the metaverse allows us to start, importing our custom work, is just, one of, the many steps that we're taking to make sure we, fine tune that homie experience for when we do hit the metaverse.
Yep. Yep. I agree. And I think fashion in the metaverse, I think is going to be huge because I get in there and my voxel character has absolutely nothing on. He might as well be naked. He's just got he looks like a prisoner. He's got just a default gray shirt. And I'm like, you see everyone here dancing, like everyone has their own identity and what they're wearing. And, it definitely speaks about who they are. And it just says I'm just lazy and don't want to get any clothes. So you did mention NFT worlds. We've been talking about the Sandbox a lot. You guys have acquired a plot or how many plots have you acquired in NFT worlds? I don't know if you said or not.
We've acquired one so far.
One so far. Okay. And what are your guys' plans to do in NFT worlds?
Well, of course, before NFT Worlds came about, Sandbox has been, an extremely important part of our roadmap from day one. But it was kind of a no-brainer for us to pick into NFT Worlds because, a lot of the things that we've already developed for voxels are going to kind of give us the upper hand when it comes to developing on NFT Worlds, both being, voxel-based. So one of the biggest things that we're excited to bring is, play-to-earn mechanics. We want to make sure that we're able to build out an experience where we'll also be able to provide additional value to our holders, whether that be by the amount of homies you own, or whether that be by the amount of kind of hours per se you put in. Just kind of bringing the world token into our homie ecosystem and making it work within what we're trying to do across the board, I think is going to be, game changing for our project. A lot of the people who have been riding with the homies for a while, or, we're really early to the mint, or, even our OGs, like the one of ones, that's an element that, people have really been talking about for a while. So, really NFT Worlds is just our solution to making sure we're able to bring that element of play to earn without disturbing, the ever changing and right now, not non-regulated realm of tokenomics. Not to say that's not, part of the future plans of the homies, but, until those kind of things are laid out and settled down, I think that's our best bet to kind of, tread that water without, putting ourselves in, in any, in any danger or situation, where we would have to backtrack on anything we say.
Yeah. That was going to be my next question is, I was going to ask if you had any plans on having a homie token or anything like that. Cause I do think it is great. Like you said, you can get involved in NFT worlds and you have that play to earn aspect that your holders can get access to through earning world token. And yeah, I think the whole space is up in the air. There's people staking and earning just random tokens and using these tokens we have no idea if, regulations are going to come in and shut those projects down. And so, like you said, it's good to not be in the line of sight. If that stuff starts coming in, y'all can just back up and be like, hey, we were just there. We don't have a token. We're good. So it is good.
I think in the future, I was going to say, if we were to build like a token, I think at first, it would be more of an in-house token rather than, something that could be mistaken as a security, just to kind of play it safe, but still, it'd be something really cool, that we'd be able to implement maybe the drip store or things that are similar.
Yeah. And you also mentioned I was going to ask related to token and stuff, community wallet and voting. So like how does that work? How does the voting work?
So homies will be using a platform called snapshot.org. It's a decentralized voting. There are a lot of well-known projects here in the space that use it.
Yeah.
And that'll primarily just be for community decisions, whether it's how to spend funds from the community wallet, what charities that we want to donate to, what the next steps are that we want to pay attention to with development. The list goes on and on. Our community has really been ever changing. There is no real time in our timeline so far where we've gone stagnant or stayed the same for too long. But a lot of that inspiration to change has come directly from the community. Just really whether it be a good suggestion in general chat or them utilizing the suggestion section in our Discord to get in with the team and just kind of say their piece. It's always been like a real priority of ours to make sure we listen to the holders, because at the end of the day, it's what I think a project should do. It doesn't need to be just a select group of people with their thumb over the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we just kind of want to carry that on, with this, voting and, making sure that homies represent some form of governance within.
Yep. You have a couple people at the top just running everything. It gets too corporate. I was going to ask you what the different things you guys do for your community. I joined the Discord and I was checking out Twitter and I saw that you guys are planning on doing Twitch live streams. You guys already do Twitter Spaces and Discord Hangouts. What are those like? What is it like? I guess hanging out with the community. And would you say that those things are pretty successful?
Oh yeah, I mean, every time the homies get together, it's always a good time. Usually our Twitter Spaces are real chill vibes. We don't like to throw too much structure to it. We don't want it to sound like a game show. We really just want it to be a space where homies, whether they're new or they've been here for a while, can come up and offer their feedback, offer any kind of advice, ask their questions, get to know the team. All of us from the team are in Discord daily. We're always a ping away and we're really active within the community in general. But I think those experiences really differentiate the project owners that are just here to develop something and build it and get it to 100% on the roadmap and then say, okay, I'm done. Then the people who are really trying to stay here, grow, keep longevity in mind. And I think the only way that comes is for us to make sure we not only listen to the community but interact with them. We help shape each other's mindset. We learn from each other. We educate each other. We onboard people together. It's really a community like no other in the space.
Yeah, no, yeah, and it is super important because I can't tell you how many projects I've bought into, and it's just, I mean, it's a meme. The devs are building, guys, and it's like the community's not active. No one that's a part of the team is helping the community be active, and it's like, if no one on their own steps up and if the team's not doing it, then the project just withers away. And when they actually are building stuff and that stuff comes, there's no one there to even appreciate it or enjoy it.
Yeah, actually, that's the main thing what I like about this project. So most of the other projects built up discords. We build up family. So if we go to the general chat, even if you don't own a homie, you're a homie. We talk to each other. We know your daily struggles. We know your daily life. And we are literally talking about everything. So I just post my cats every day. Like I don't mind doing it.
We all like some cats. There's nothing wrong with some cat photos. Once she's still hanging out. She's spun around like 15 times up there, but she's hanging out still.
Koza has a cool dog.
What kind of dog you got?
Oh man, she's a Chihuahua, but don't tell her that. We call her a little pit bull, just because she's really muscular. She's very stocky for a 7-pound Chihuahua, and she's got tons of attitude. but
Yeah.
ultimately, man, she's like the chillest Chihuahua I've ever had.
All the little dogs. They're like, my mom's got little dogs, and she'll be barking at the biggest dogs walking down the street. I'm like, dude, you're not doing anything. Calm down.
Yeah, they got some character to them, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. So you guys are planning on doing Twitch streams? What kind of things are you guys planning on streaming?
Yeah, so with just being a metaverse based project, sorry, um, that kind of falls hand in hand with just gamification. Video games in general. It's a really good bridge into the world of like metaverse, Web3, NFTs. So um, when it comes down to us, whether it be us streaming our events, that we have planned, certain concerts that we have, or, even just kind of using it as a place to promote and host the homies that are within our community that have their own thing going on Twitch. We've always been about making sure that we also, serve as a platform to people who are also creating in the space, expressing themselves, doing their thing, you know. So doing that, doing game nights, doing just having kickbacks where we can maybe watch Patek work on some Sandbox stuff, or our other metaverse designers build out some stuff in AR. The possibilities are really endless with it.
Yeah.
But it's something we're really excited to start here soon.
Nice. Yeah, that should be fun. Doing some live events. I always like watching people draw things on Twitch because I suck at art. So it's fun watching people do stuff that you can't do.
Yeah, kind of satisfying in a way.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is. You guys are wanting to do a metaverse music festival. What's that gonna look like?
Yeah, so Evion's been really close with like a variety of artists, within the music industry. He's shot videos for a lot of big labels, big names. He's traveled the world doing it. So just kind of taking those connections that we do have, and trying to reach out to certain artists or entertainers that the community has suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of bringing the element of having like a real life music festival just in the metaverse, where it's not just about the music, but it's also about, you got the merch stand, you still got the after party to look forward to, that kind of thing, just bringing that whole music festival experience, that experience to holders, no matter where they're at. One of our, one of the big things we think about when, putting something like this together is, comparatively, to, throwing a music festival in the real world, you don't have to worry about travel. You don't have to worry about, attendance and like how you're gonna, just logistically fit everybody into a venue.
Mm-hmm.
But it really expands on, just what we're able to bring to people, and, how we're able to, like I said, just kind of replicate that real world experience within the metaverse. Create a good lineup, and just hopefully provide something where everybody can have a good time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I would be curious to see. I was talking with somebody about this. I'd be curious to see the numbers that the Kanye and Drake, Larry Hoover concert did. Because yeah, they did like a full blown concert that you could watch on Amazon. And yeah, you weren't there in person, but as someone who's in Kentucky and couldn't be in LA at the time, like it was cool to watch. And like I would have paid $5 to watch that, Like it was a cool concert. And I think the more things like that need to happen where you can have millions of people tuning into a concert, and it doesn't have to always be you got to be there experience. So hopefully the metaverse changes that. I guess what artist, I guess Evion's more the background in music, so it'd probably be a better question for him. But I could still ask y'all, what artist would you like would be the dream artist to have at the Metaverse Music Festival?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I mean, I could name a couple that I would like there personally. But I think like as far as the ones that, may be tangible just, due to, Evion's past and who he's worked with. I know FKI first, and, the whole Good Gas movement's been like a really big part of Evion's career. FKI first, for those that don't know, he discovered Post Malone. So, having Post Malone at one of these would be, wild. There is a couple, promo videos that Evian even cooked, that he's, already recreated Posty as a homie, and he turned out fire.
Nice.
So I'd say that would be crazy if if we'd be able to make something like that happen. But I also know that Made in Tio or Made in Tokyo, he's already got a homie. There's a couple other pretty well known artists that got homies that we definitely have some plans cooking up with.
Nice. Yeah, Post Malone, that would be cool. And he's a gamer. I mean, he started out on Minecraft, and he's in NFTs, I guess. I mean, he's got a Bored Ape. I don't know if he bought it or Moonpay just bought it for him for the ad space, but he's got NFTs. He's in it. So yeah, that would be cool to see Post Malone at a homie music festival.
Yeah, it'd be pretty wild.
I was going to ask you are, so Sandbox, NFT Worlds, what was the other metaverse that you are in?
So we're in Leapinverse, where we also have a single parcel right now. We're a single founders deed, I believe it's called.
Okay.
And that's going to be where we are really able to experience the homies as we see them and as we know them, with their just Unreal Engine capabilities. Leapinverse is really really promising in that aspect. If I'm not mistaken, we're already able to kind of import our custom work into there as is. But we're just waiting for another few updates from their side before we really start tackling development. With Sandbox being the main focus of our roadmap, we want to make sure that all hands are on deck for that first. But after we get that out there, then NFT Worlds and Leapinverse is sure to follow.
Okay, and I know you guys are already in 3, but I'm just going to ask. Are there any more metaverses that you have your eyes on that you would like to see the homies in?
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit closer to Sellout, Decentraland, of course, just kind of being one of the OG metaverses in the space, has always been like an interest of the teams. So I think with their ability to actually process transactions within their metaverse, it kind of gives the homies an upper edge in creating maybe a digital representation of things like the Drip Store, or like a customization shop where you're able to kind of walk in and maybe shop around for some new traits, and then you could head over to another part of our land and just kind of kick it, hang out, maybe have an OG lounge or something like that. But I think Decentraland would be really cool. There's been a lot of talk about it. Outside of that, I can't say that there's any that we necessarily have like our eyes on that we're like actively watching. But a lot of the recommendations as far as like metaverse development and like where we should look or what we might want to get into has come directly from our community. And just knowing that they would like to see their homie there is enough for us to at least check it out and look into it. No one's suggestions really go overlooked.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's so many metaverses, and it's hard to pick like which one's going to be the top dog on all of them. And I think we're going to see, especially within like the next 2 years, you're going to see a bunch more pop up. So it'll be interesting to see. I did want to remind everyone in stream to follow the Homie G's on Twitter. It's Homie G's NFT. Join their Discord. They're like they said, they're active within the community, always there. If you want to ping them, ask any questions. And make sure you guys also join the SandStorm Discord and follow the stream. And if you have any questions here, the show is about to be wrapping up. Make sure you guys ask them in the chat, and I will be sure to ask that question.
I just want to add something because I do think that this is our advantage. So we have the voxel version ready, and we do have the 3D characters, object files. So we are actually, if any other metaverse comes up, we are ready for them. Like only pixel versions that we're not ready for them. But if we just choose one, I believe that we will just be compatible with them too. So we were aiming for full compatibility. So I do think whichever metaverse platform comes up, we'll be there.
Nice. That's good. It's good to be ready. Like I said, yeah, we are coming up on wrapping up the show. I usually like to ask the projects that come on what their goals are, what they would like to see maybe within like the next 3 months, 6 months to a year. You know, what are like the major things that you guys would like to see happen with the homie G's?
Within the next 3 months, I think it's on everybody's mind that's been with the homies so far is, just to finally see 100% sold out. One of the biggest things I'm really looking forward to is our charitable donation that's coming at the end of our roadmap. We're doing $50,000 to inner city STEM programs within the LA area, with other charitable donations to be voted on by the community later. That's something that's been super important to the team, and just making sure that we're able to have this real world influence or this real world impact behind what we do. Of course, we're doing a lot to change the Web3 space, but it's a whole different ball game when you're trying to change the world around you. So that's something that's we're really passionate about making sure that we conquer soon.
Mm-hmm.
6 months from now, I would say, a lot of people can expect start seeing things that we've been talking about as, with metaverse development, as these metaverses, begin to allow us to import our custom work and build on them the way that, they're promoting themselves as, being able to be built upon. So like as Sandbox lets us, import our avatars, like we're ready for that. We'll be there day one. It's not going to be an issue. And then I'd say like a year from now, like we briefly touched on before, these real world events, meetups, conferences, conventions, that kind of thing, where we're able to, just further facilitate that real world reach to the homies brand, because at the end of the day, we're not just creating avatars on the blockchain. It's like Patek said earlier, we're creating homies, we're creating a family. Everybody's really genuine who's involved with the project, especially those who have a deep investment in it, hold 30, 50 homies. We have a whole whale tank in our Discord, for people who just hold a bunch of homies, and just so we can kind of coordinate and, just communicate and just keep the community going, keep it moving forward, bring everybody's ideas into one room and just open up that dialogue. It's really what we're about.
Nice, nice. And yeah, you guys both seem really passionate about the project. I mean, most people I ask that question to, they're like, I mean, that's a little too far out. But I mean, you answered every 3, 6, and a year down the line. I like that. I did never ask. So you guys, like I said, you guys are minting right now. What is the mint price for anyone in chat that wants to pick one up?
Mint price has always been, will always be 0.05. And each avatar is, like we said, 3D metaverse ready. It's already rigged. There's, they're developed to the point where they're usable in that aspect. So I know a lot of other projects, I'm not going to really name them by name, but, they've been doing these Dutch auction mints, from, a couple ETH down to like 0.3, for the same quality of work. So I really think it's something that, makes the homies stand out, is that at the, even from the beginning, it was never really about the ETH. We actually had to talk Evian out of doing the free mint because he was just going to mint them out for free. And then we're like, okay, well, like, how are we going to develop? He's like, okay, he thought 0.1 was too high, and I was just trying to tell him, man, for the quality of the work that he was putting into them and, what they were actually functionally able to do, I think 0.05 is a really strong price point. But 73% minted right now, just shy of it. I think a couple more homies until 73%. And, we're just chipping at it, man. We're steady moving.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, like you said, not naming any projects, but right now, just the space is, I feel like it always has been, people like the weirdest projects sell out mint and they'll sell them for like 0.1, 0.2. And they just fade away. Like every time I try to tell people like, dude, you're going to get burnt on that project. Like they're not actually, they're over promising all this stuff and like it never follows through. And like, yeah, a lot of those projects are just dead and gone. And it's nice to see that you guys are still around, still developing the community, still working on getting the sell out. And I do think it will sell out.
Yeah, actually, the team Aviana and Koza has some solid connections, and I do believe if they wanted an instant hype, they would have sell out the collection like months ago.
Yeah.
But the only thing they wanted was to have a family because they didn't want to wake up to a whole different Discord a day after the mint, and we were like they were actually giving lessons about how to mint it, how to download MetaMask, how to do it all properly. So they
Mhm.
were all like trying to get more connections, they were trying to get more people involved in Web3, and that's the whole thing. Actually, we are trying to build something. We're not trying to just sell out and take the money and go away. No, not this one. We are trying to build a
Yeah.
worldwide family.
Nice. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, genuinely, we are here for longevity. We talk a lot about, how cool it's gonna be when we hit that like fifth or 10th homieversary. Like we've been doing this for a decade now, guys. Like it's gonna be cool.
Mhm.
And the homie G's doesn't really have to be like the last drop under the umbrella. I mean, this is something we really want to keep growing. And like I said, inside the space, outside the space, the possibilities are endless for this type of project. When it comes down to entertainment and just like the value that we're able to bring holders. So like Patek said, yeah, we could have just paid a bunch of money, got a celebrity endorsement, and then sold it out in a couple minutes, but it wouldn't have left us, in a position to really grow, to really flourish. So instead, when we work with a celebrity or we work with an artist or something like that, people ask all the time, like, oh, this celebrity has a homie. Why aren't they rocking it as a profile picture? And we tell them it's because we didn't hire them to market for us. We're trying to build with them. We're trying to allow them to express themselves,
Mhm.
bring that passion back to their music. And, we want to be the stage for them. We want to be the sound guy. We want to be the light guy. We want to make sure that we're able to position ourselves to make sure that we can do that for other people. And I think, one thing that a lot of people overlook, especially when it comes down to celebrities within the space. And you kind of alluded it earlier. When you said, I don't know if it was really Post or if it was maybe his management team or whoever for marketing purposes. That's how a lot of these artists are approached.
Yeah.
So we want to take a completely separate approach, and we want to make sure that we're able to provide value for them as they are able to provide value for us. More so than just dollar signs, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of artists out there that would kill for the opportunity to jump into more of a privatized setting with a lot of their dedicated fans and sit down and have a meet and greet and have a discussion where it's not all unruly and wild. And like, what
Mhm.
better place to do that than like the homie HQ, or something like that, where we can actually make that happen versus just trying to use their name for our game.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. Community over just trying to sell out. And because like I said, yeah, I mean, you could have just had Made in Tokyo or whoever, promoting it, shilling it, sell it out, pay him his money, and then he just goes on to the next thing. And then you have a bunch of people that just bought it because they're like, oh my God, this guy tweeted it. And then they're just complaining. But yeah, I see the chat. I mean, we have 230 people watching right now. A lot of people in the chat are really, really about the homies. And that's what it's all about, developing that community. So I think you guys have done a great job.
Thank you.
I do want to thank you guys for coming on. We are going to wrap up here. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I want to thank everyone for watching in the stream. Like I said, I'll say it again. Follow the homies on Twitter. Join their Discord. Follow SandStorm on Twitter. Check out the SandStorm website, sandstorm.co, for any Sandbox assets you're looking for. And yeah, thank you guys very much for coming on.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate you having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will be live again on Monday at 12 o'clock Eastern.